Distance check?
Check.
All right. So, loud truck check. All right. Wind? Perfect. Here we go. If this order stays in place for like 3 weeks, I think. I can't even tell you the last time that I had this much sort of downtime. Like with the courts closed and effectively my staff on furlough and the office like closed. My honeymoon 14 years ago roughly was my last longest vacation. I think it was 14 days. I finished high school. I went directly to the University of Arizona, dropped out, went to junior college, took a double load at junior college, transferred into USC, finished USC, went directly to law school, finished law school, took the bar exam, passed it, got a job. If you count starting my own law practice as the downtime, that's probably back when I had nobody calling me and no one at all coming into the business. Similarly, I was stressed out, but that was probably the last time I had time like this in a weird way. So, like, we should, you know what, let's pick it up and go for a walk and we'll, like, talk about all the different world. The butterflies are migrating. I mean, my dog has no clue what's going on. I'm kind of jealous of that. Like, my dog just thinks this is the greatest thing ever. Like,
dogs can't get it, right?
I don't know if dogs can get it or not. I'm just saying my dog just knows that, number one, you're getting too close. Number two, my dog just knows that I'm home now. Like, I didn't shave this morning. Like, I'm in a t-shirt, by the way, representing, I'm trying to wear t-shirts and clothes in general that, like, I want to say, like, make me feel happy or whatever. Like, okay, I have this shirt that's just a crab on it, and I kind of wear it when I'm crabby, like when I'm not happy, which isn't very often, but I kind of felt the opposite today. Like, I knew we were gonna film Unbillable. Usually I rock Unbillable shirts, but this is like my favorite restaurant. It's in the island of Maui. It's awesome. I don't even eat fish, and you can judge the quality of a fish restaurant by how good their non-fish items are, and their non-fish items are amazing. Do people really care, like, why I'm wearing this shirt? I mean, look, we're on a walk right now, not at a law office, because people think we're quarantined, but we're not quarantined. That's the first thing we need to establish. There's 3 levels to this game. Back up a little bit. 3 levels. Seriously, back up a little bit. There's 3 levels to this. There is shelter in place. That's what we have right now. Shelter in place is like, look at us. We don't have to stay inside. We're not inside right now. Shelter in place. Have you ever been to a crime scene? Can you back up? You're gonna have to keep the distance. I know you think it's funny. It's not funny. Have you ever been to a crime scene and you see like the yellow tape? The yellow tape to me is like shelter in place. You have freedom of movement, but all of a sudden there's yellow tape there and you're not allowed to go in there. And if you go in there, you're gonna be in trouble for violating an order of a police officer. So you don't enter like the area where the caution yellow tape is, right? I mean, that's what shelter in place to me is. So shelter in place just tells you, like, you can walk your dog, you can go on a hike, you can go in public, you just got to keep your social distance. Like, you hear me keep telling Luis to back up a little bit. I mean, that's really it. You just got to keep your distance away from people. The problem is, like, a lot of people aren't really listening to this. Like, anyways, we'll get into that in a second. The second level of it is isolation. Isolation is a level stricter than shelter in place. Isolation is used for people who are confirmed to be infected with the virus or any other kind of ailment. Then they isolate you. Like, you have the virus, we need to keep you away from everybody else. That's isolation. We just keep you away from everybody else. And then the third level is quarantine. The third level is all of us get sent by force to stay in our home. By force, not shelter in place where we can walk. Shelter in place allows us to get outside still and walk around. Quarantine, we're all gonna have to stay home, right? It's different, there's levels. Shelter in place. Isolation, reserved for those people who are actually inflicted with the issue. In this case, the virus. COVID-19. And then, of course, the highest level, the strictest level, we're not there yet, quarantine. So I'm an attorney here in beautiful Coachella Valley. I work mostly in the Riverside County Superior Court, which is closed. Now, that doesn't mean the entire court system is closed. The criminal court system is still open. And of course, the family law court is still open. Why? Why would the family law court still be open? Because parents are not giving their kids willingly back to the other parent, and now they need emergency orders to make sure everybody's following the custody orders. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? We need court orders to regulate people's conduct. Wait a second. We need court orders to regulate people's conduct because, like the governor just said, there's this COVID-19 and it's going to kill a bunch of people, and people went to the beach. If you think that courts and or the governor is putting an order out there into the public so that we can all ignore it, you haven't been paying attention to this vlog. I mean, that's just... If you think people in power set orders in place so that you and me, the regular people, can just ignore them, you don't understand how the system works. Like, let me give you an example. When a court tells me to provide paperwork to the other attorney and I don't do it, the next time I see that judge, I'm getting sanctioned money. And I'm talking like $500, $1,000, $1,500, right? The courts aren't just okay with... For some reason that sounded like sketchier than the average car that goes by. You started coming closer. The social distancing was being violated.
Like, right,
watch it, Luis, come closer to me.
Oh shit, this Prius. Jesus Christ.
Prius, oh, she's trying to kill somebody. Hey, real talk. I know people want to act like it's those of us with a little bit of faster cars doing all the fast driving. That's not the truth. Prius lady almost killed my man Luis right there. Now you got me watching my back. No wonder you want to... Hey, are you sure you're 6 feet away? Keep your social distance. Arm up, arm up. All right, we're good. I think it was last Thursday. I'm not exactly sure the date at this point. The governor issued his executive order. And if you think governors or judges issue orders so that you can ignore them, you haven't really been watching this vlog. See, my concern is that so many businesses are avoiding or ignoring, so many people avoiding, ignoring. Did you see the beaches last weekend? This executive order that they're going to ramp up enforcement. And everyone's like, they can't enforce this order. But if you read it, did anybody read it? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm staying home. Like, I got nothing better to do. So I read it. I read, not only did I read the executive order, I read the penal code that's referenced, I shouldn't say penal code, the government code that's referenced in the executive order, 8665, I believe. It actually says right in there, violation of this order is punishable by a $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail or both. Now, of course, people are saying $1,000 and 6 months in jail, so you're gonna get both of them. And of course, the prison system's already overwhelmed, so there's no way they're gonna enforce this. You think they're not gonna come take your $1,000? How are they gonna pay for all the other people on unemployment and all the other expenses they're picking up if they're not gonna come take your $1,000? Come on now. Of course they're gonna take that money. As an attorney, I'm in the court system all the time. I see more orders than you do. I've never seen an order put in place where they were like, go ahead, ignore it. Not even one. The governor didn't make this order so that we all ignore it. That's why we're not filming this from my office, right? That's why we're not filming this from the workplace, because we're not at work. My office is closed, and your office should be too. And I really am concerned that, I mean, right now the National Guard's rolled out to be handing out food to people, but it only takes a phone call to change their mission to be making sure all of us stay home. I know a lot of people are worried about martial law. I'm not really worried about martial law yet. I only see this as confining COVID-19 and a bunch of people not concerned about it, ignoring it. And I think that's a mistake. Like, I think it's a mistake to not hit the subscribe button over there and check out another episode of Unbillable by clicking right down there.